Hi guys. How are you? How are you all? Rishit, are you able to hear me, Rishit? I am not able to hear you guys. 1 minute, wait. Rishit, you one of you talk. Let me see whether I'm able to hear you.
I can hear you.
Thanks. Any questions on the homework till now, ma? Any questions on the homework till now? Any questions on the homework?
No.
Okay. Rishit, what are they doing in school? And you know what? Next week we have a break. You all know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're learning the 3 different forms of quadratics.
Oh, three different forms of quadratics mean standard form, vertex form, and intercept form.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good to know. How about Adira?
I like
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember, but
Uh,
my math teacher has not been here for like 4 days and we just have not done anything.
oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
now,
I don't know.
Srinita, what are you doing in class, ma? Srinita. I thought Srinita came in. Okay. Harshita, Bhakti. Bhakti, what are you doing?
They're they just started quadratics. We're doing like vertex form and standard form.
Okay, I see. Okay, I have a question. How, okay. Are you all doing the homework, checking your answers? Are you all doing your homework?
I'm
checking-
doing it, but this week there were like a bunch of tests at school,
Okay, oh,
a lot of subjects, and
oh,
that's what it's gonna be since like next week there's gonna be a lot too.
agreed. Okay. See, that's because of your holidays coming up, correct?
Yeah, and they're like doing a lot of star prep tests.
Oh, okay. EOC. You have started doing okay, EOC tests. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For the break, do you want any from me?
Yeah.
Shall if I go no, if I go ahead and give, I don't want you to abuse it as well. Meaning in the sense I want all of you to do if you're given. Would you do that?
Yeah,
Harshita Adira Anya. Harshita Adira, did you check your answers, ma? Navya?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Harshita,
I checked it.
Navya, Pranav, and Vinisha. Navya, Pranav, and Vinisha. Okay. Okay, interesting, guys. Some of you have not done. Bhakti, are you doing your homework?
Couldn't do it this week again because
No. Are you doing your homework? I didn't see. That's why I'm asking.
yeah, I couldn't do it.
Okay, you're held up with work still.
Yeah, I mean, I still have like 2 tests in math, but yeah, that's about it.
Hmm. Let me see. It's coming back in. Okay, good. So we did good amount of work. Project. See, only when you do the homework, it will be easy. Harshita, particularly, did you have any questions, ma?
No, I didn't have any questions.
So, okay. You were able to do all the questions?
Yeah, it was easy.
Good. For the projectile motion?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know, though. Okay, let's go ahead. We will review a little bit and then we'll see. We did we did not do the intercept form properly. That I know. Okay, guys. So here we go. If you're given an equation like this, right? You're given an equation like, let's say, x square minus how about this? Okay, so if you're given an equation like this, right? So we already know a quadratic equation, quadratic function can be expressed in three different forms. Ax square plus bx plus c is the standard form. F of x equal to a times x minus h the whole square plus k. What form is that? What form is that?
Vertex.
Vertex form. So x, what did I write here? Minus 3x plus 2. Okay, we'll do that problem now. Now, there is one more form, you know. This one is a times x minus p, x minus q. So basically, when you look at it, this is the standard form. In the standard form, this is vertex form. This is intercept form. So what is the difference between these? In the standard form, you express your quadratic function as sum of terms. What is the sum of terms? Each one here is a term. Each one here is a term. Every term has its own factors. Every term, A is a factor, X is a factor, B is a factor, X is a factor of that term. So each one is called a term. Whereas in the intercept form, do you see you write it as a product of factors, product of several factors. How does it differ? So here each term, right? Each term is a product of factors here. Okay, but it is, we express the general format as sum of terms. Ax square plus bx plus c. Everywhere you have the sum. Whereas in the intercept form, you express it as product of factors. Now, we learnt about these two. Okay. The one thing that we have not learnt is the intercept form. How to break it into intercept form? We learnt about how to express standard to vertex, vertex to standard. Vertex to standard was easy, just expanding. Standard to vertex was completing squares. How many of you are not comfortable with completing squares as yet? Can you please raise your hand using raise hand button? I really want to understand that. Okay, Yojit is not. Okay. Just raise. I just want to see, guys. Uh-huh. Okay.
Wait, did
Okay,
you
good.
say comfortable or not comfortable?
Comfortable. Are not, sorry, are not comfortable with completing. We are not clear with completing squares. Okay, there's a lot of you. Okay, I can see that. No problem. But are you all comfortable? Whoever raised their hand, are you all comfortable with, 1 second. Okay, Navya. Okay. Uh, even if you have raised your hand, are you comfortable with converting from vertex to standard form? Whoever has raised their hands, vertex to standard form. If you're comfortable, lower your hands. Rishit, you're okay. Yojit, okay, everybody lowered. Okay, okay. So the completing squares is a little difficult. I'm understanding, which is okay still. Okay, it's okay. We'll go with factoring, meaning today we will discuss standard form to intercept form. Standard to intercept form. Okay, for this, we need to know factoring of quadratics. How to factorize quadratics. That's the only method. That's the very popular method that we'll use. Suppose if you're given a function like this. Okay. Now, this is in standard form. So I'm going to express it as product of factors. What is this product of factors? Let me note down this coefficient, -3 and c, the b value and the c value. Okay. I'm going to write out the factors of the c. Okay, so it can be 2, 1 or -1, -2. I'm just going to note it down in rows and I'm going to write the sum of that. When I write the sum of that, this is 3 and a -3. Now, I wrote the factors of this, okay? And then I summed them up and wrote in the last column. Wherever the sum matches up, right? The sum is matching up here. You see -3 matches here. So I'm going to choose this one. What am I going to do with this? I'm going to copy down this x squared, but the -3x, I'm going to express it as -1x minus 2x. Minus x minus 2x. Does it make sense? Then I'm going to write a +2. Now, between these two terms, what is common? Harshita, do you want to say what is common between these two terms? X square, x, what is common, ma? What is present in both? That's what it means.
Like the x.
X is present in both. So if you take it out means this is composed of x times x, right? So if I take 1x common, what remains is x. And then minus I copy, this x has been taken out. So x times what is x? 1. And then between these two, what can I take as common, Rishit? What can I take as common between these two?
2.
-2, let me take it as common. Then only I can mirror this. If I take -2 as common, x is left behind. I took -2 outside. So I'll have to multiply that -2 by -1 to get my +2. Do you see now? This is a term, this is a term. What is common between those two terms? Do you see anything common between the two terms, Srinita?
They both have x minus 1.
Yep. If I take that out, what remains? X remains and a -2 remains. You see, now I express the same thing as product of these two factors. So my f of x function has come to an intercept form. Intercept form in the sense, this is a factor, this is a factor. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? Okay, let's try one more. Again, we are going to convert standard to intercept form. The other way is very easy. Okay, now let's see. I'll do x squared minus 21x. Minus 10x plus 21. What am I going to do with this? This is my f of x. So what did I say? I'm going to factor this one. What are the factors of that one? I will write a table. Factors and sum. Factors will be 3 and 7, minus 7 and 3. That's all. Those are the only factors I see. Okay, prime factors. Now, what is the added value of them? 10 and a minus 10. What matches actually? Which one matches with the b value minus 10, right? I'm going to choose this one. Okay, so I will split minus 10 as minus 7x minus 3x. Like that I will write. And then I'll copy this x square and plus 21. Now, between these two terms, what is common? X is common. I write it out as x minus 7 inside. Then between these two terms, Yojit, what is common? 3. But you know what? I want x minus 7 inside the parenthesis. I want x minus 7 inside the parenthesis. So I'll take minus 3 as common. If I take minus 3, then only I'll have a positive x. And then negative times negative is a positive, right? 21, right? This one. So minus 7. Now between these two terms, clearly, x minus 7 is common. And inside you have x minus 3. See, I expressed my standard form to the product of factors. Any questions? What does it mean? There is a big significance of this. We will go over it, but we'll first understand what is the principle, how to do this first. Now, again, I'm going to do one more standard form to intercept form. Let's see this one. X squared minus 12x plus 20. Can you please try and send the answer to me? If you can't, I will do it again and give you one more. Can we try this? X squared minus 12x plus 20. Can we try?
Is my answer correct?
Yeah, ma, 1 minute. Yeah, I want this actually. Let's see. I'm checking. We have a break after this, remember, okay? Good job, guys. Anya Bhakti, is it easy?
Yeah, we're
You're doing it in school too?
yeah. Actually, I don't think we've done it in school yet, but I found we just did it on Friday, but we don't go into depth. But I feel like it's an easy concept to pick up.
That is true, agree. Okay, Harshita, I wanted it as a product of factors. Your answer is right, but can I get your product of... Oh, wow, Rishit, good job. Harshita, I'm asking you to write it out as, see, 20 factors, right? What are the factors of 20? 1 and 20, minus 1 and minus 20. Next is what? Go between the numbers 1 and 20. You always choose 1 and 20 as your factors. And then I go between the numbers 2 and 10, minus 2 and minus 10. What else is there? Go to 3, 4, 4, 5 and minus 4, 5. Minus 4, minus 5. In this, these are the factors. What is the sum? I have to get a 20, guys. I have to get a 12. This is ruled out. This is ruled out. This one is a 12. This one is a minus 12. This one doesn't make any sense because 1 and minus 9. So basically, I will go ahead with this one. This one is really matching. So I'll split this as minus 2x minus 10x. Harshita, that's right. So plus 20 x square. So I take x as common, x minus 2 minus 10 as common, x minus 2. Between these two terms, x minus 2 is common, x minus 2, x minus 10. Okay. Now I converted to intercept form. This seems to be working fine. Navya, are you getting it, Navya?
Yeah. Wait, so
Okay.
Miss Priya,
Yeah, go
it
ahead.
doesn't matter if you switch it around, right?
Doesn't matter at all because 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2, right? It's like that. See, x minus 2 is 2. Let's say if you want to express 6, you can express it as 2 times 3, right? It's like that. Can you say it as 3 times 2?
No. I mean, sorry, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, commutative property of multiplication. Commutative property of multiplication holds good here as well. Commutative means you switch the factors, which holds good. So you can write it as x minus 10, x minus 2. Okay. Now, Navya, did you understand, ma?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the intercept form. But guys, you all know how to do. But what is the significance of this? What are these? 2 and 10. What are these for this quadratic function? Anybody knows? What are the 2 and 10? Huh?
X-intercepts.
Oh, good job. X-intercepts. So now, how do you graph this function? Meaning, if you look at this function, what would I do? I would go ahead and draw a table x, y, minus 3, minus 1, 0, 1, and 3. I will put some x values and substitute minus 3 here. So minus 3 is 9, 9 plus 36 plus 20. Then it's a big positive number. Okay, then minus 1 if I put in, then I get 1 plus 12 plus 20. Again, is a big number, 33. If I put a 0, I get a 20. If I put a 1, what happens? I get a 8. If I put a 3, if I put a 3, what happens? 9, 29 minus 36. So that will be a minus 7. 29 minus 36 is a minus 7. So I keep going like this. Maybe one more I can put in so that I have some answer. Or after this, I can plot it basically. So minus 3 is a big positive number. Minus 1 is 33. 0 is a 20. And then what?
So they changed that. The better. They also made some other really awesome changes, like new additions to the black market and changes to some of the.
Rishit, I don't want to play the audio there. Okay. Now, so 2 and a 10. So 2 and then you have, see, here 3 is a minus 7. It keeps on going down, but you don't know where to bring it up again, right? See, Here you don't know where to bring it up again. I'll go with a 5, I'll go with a 10. But if you substitute a 10 into the equation, it becomes a 0. So how to find those points? So at 10, so 0 comma 10, and this is I'm sorry, this is 10 comma 0, this is 2 comma 0. So at the point 2 comma 0 and 10 comma 0, you're, see clearly, if you're given the standard form, you'll go to the table and draw the graph. But it's a little bit hazy. Whereas if you see the intercept form, clearly, as soon as you see, you can say, hey, when x is equal to 2, this equation becomes 0. When x equal to 10, this equation becomes 0. So 2 comma 0 and 10 comma 0 are two different points in the graph where the graph cuts the x-axis. So that is easily given, that is easily shown. Do you all get it? So those 2 points work perfectly. And one more thing that's going to work is, from a standard form, you can easily derive the vertex. So the x-coordinate of the vertex in a standard form is given by minus b by 2a. So here it is minus of minus 12 divided by 2, which is minus 10. You see? And then x-coordinate of the vertex is minus b by 2a. Minus b is 12. So plus 12, right? Minus of minus 12 divided by 2. Oh, that is a plus 6. Okay. So now substitute the 6 value in your y equation. This is basically y, right? So what is the y coordinate of the vertex? Substitute x equal to 6. 36 minus 72 plus 20. So that is 46, 56. 72 minus 56. So that will be 16, right? So minus 16. So basically 6 comma minus 16 is the vertex. Hey guys, if you're given a standard form, would you be able to find the vertex using this?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
all this, you have 3 different points. You see, what are the points? One is an x-intercept, another is the x-intercept. So whatever factors you get here, right, you can equate them to 0 and find. X minus 2 equated to 0 because y value is, see, for the y value to be 0, one of this should be 0. X minus 2 should be 0 or x minus 10 should be 0. Only when one of them is 0, then the y value becomes 0. At the x-intercept value, y value is always 0. That's why we equate this to 0. 0 will be equal to x minus 2 times x minus 10. Okay, for any product to be 0, one of the factors should be 0. So I equate x minus 2 to 0 and get x equal to 2. I can also equate x minus 10 to 0 and get x equal to 10. So for these two x values, y can be 0, y will be 0. So those two are the x-intercepts. Those two are the x-intercepts of the quadratic equation. These x-intercepts are also called as zeros, or they are also called roots of the quadratic equation. See, you have so many things. X-intercepts, zeros, or the roots of the quadratic equation. Whatever you get in the intercept form can be called as x-intercepts or zeros or roots of the quadratic equation. So you get 2 points like that, and from a standard form you can easily get the vertex. How? Find out minus b by 2a for the x coordinate. Substitute that, whatever you get, into the equation to get the y value, which is minus 16. So 6 comma minus 16. Vertex you can mark as 6 comma minus 16. Any questions, guys? It's easy to graph. Any questions?
Miss Priya, what if there's only one intercept on the graph?
What if there is only one intercept in the graph? Sometimes your equation can be good question. X, how about this x square plus 4x plus 4? How about this? Here what happens? What are the factors of 4? 2 and 2 minus 2 minus 2. So sum it up. This is a 4, this is a minus 4. Actually, I need a plus 4. So I'll choose this. So I'll split this as 2x plus 2x. I'll copy down the 4, x square I'll copy. Now, between these two, I take x as common, x plus 2. Between these two, I take 2 as common, x plus 2. So between these two terms, I take x plus 2 common. When I take the x plus 2 outside, I am left with x plus 2. So in this scenario, f of x equal to x plus 2 times x plus 2. Or I can write it out as x plus 2 the whole square. Both are okay. But then how to find out the factors? For finding out the x-intercepts, I will equate y value to 0. Remember our linear equations where we found out the x-intercepts, we put y equal to 0. Remember? So I will equate this to 0. X plus 2 is 0. Again, this as well, x plus 2 is 0. See, 2 times we are getting. As a result, x will be minus 2, x will be minus 2. Yes, ma, Anya. So both are minus 2. That means what? So here there is only one place where the graph is going to cut the x-axis. However, we call this as this root has multiplicity of 2. Please remember this. Okay, this comes in algebra 2 again. This has a multiplicity of 2. If the x value occurs 2 times, right, it is going to make a U-turn in the graph. Meaning, if it is a downward, this is an upward facing parabola because of positive value of the leading coefficient. So, this has to be an upward facing parabola. When it meets that x-intercept whose multiplicity is 2, the graph takes a U-turn. Make sense? This is also called as a repeated root. Does it make sense? Suppose in the other case you had 2 and 10, right? 2 and 10 you had. In this case, do you see when the graph comes to this point, right? 2. There is only multiplicity 1, right? Meaning see, this is a graph for x minus 2, x minus 10. The function is. Here 2 and 10 are x-intercepts. So when it comes to 2, it doesn't take a U-turn. It doesn't want to take a U-turn. It wants to come from positive to negative. It wants to cross the x-axis. When the multiplicity is 1, what is multiplicity? The exponent of these. See, each of them have exponent of only 1. So, when again it takes a U-turn, comes back, right? When it comes to that 10 point, it doesn't want to take a U-turn, but wants to go up. That's what it means when you have multiplicity equal to 1. But multiplicity equal to 2 indicates a repeated root where the graph wants to take a U-turn. We call that as x equal to minus 2 is a repeated root of the quadratic function. Any questions? Srinita, are we clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I have explained to an extent is what my thought is. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this. You're going to let me know what is the intercept form of this equation. Meaning, I really want you to let me know. Please answer together, guys. Intercept form. I would like to know the roots of the equation. The roots of the equation. And I would also like to know the vertex. I've told you how to find out the vertex, right? X value of the vertex from a standard form is minus b by 2a. And then you substitute this x value into this equation. Instead of x, you substitute whatever value you get here. Again, for everything, you're going to substitute. So you get that as the y coordinate of the vertex. Can you give me all the 3 for this one? If you're stuck, immediately message me. Hey, I'm stuck. I really don't understand what you're saying. Just message me. I'll help you. You have to be able to play with quadratic equations at the end of algebra 1. Anya, you can take a break, go quickly and come.
No, it's okay.
If you're stuck, please let me know soon. Rishit, that's perfectly good. Hey, can I help or y'all doing, guys? Please let me know, guys. Can I help or y'all doing?
I'm doing. I'm doing.
And Navya, did you need help or are you doing it, ma'am?
Doing it.
Miss Priya, for our break, does that mean we just don't have class next week and then the next week we'll have class?
Correct, ma'am. Correct. When is your spring break, ma, Adira?
We have it in, I think it's the week after next week.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
pretty sure it starts like, I don't know for sure though. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's either next week or next week.
Anya,
My,
correct. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was wondering. I didn't really get the roots of the equation part.
Amma, just equate each of the factor to 0. X plus 4 equated to 0. Because at the x-intercept, y value is always 0, right? Anya?
Okay.
No, no. I'll help you. I'll help you. What I'm saying is, you have got an intercept form for this, right? You have got something x minus something and then x minus something, right, Anya?
Mm-hmm.
Something like this, if you have gotten right. Now, you can equate each of the factors to 0 because this would become 0 at the x-intercept.
Oh, so zero product property.
Zero product property. Yeah, because for, let's say you multiply 6 times 3. Will it be 0 anytime? No. One of the factors should be 0. You got it? So,
Yeah.
equate this to 0, equate this to 0, you get your
Okay,
x-intercept.
yeah, I understand.
I said my answer.
Yep. Everybody got it right. No mistakes. But interesting to me. Yeah. For minus 2, correct. For roots and vertex, ma? Vertex. What is the vertex, Navya? Yojit, correct. Arshita, correct. Navya and Anya, vertex? Vertex end. I'll
Yeah,
wait.
I'm taking.
Sorry. I didn't mean to pressurize. Vertex, please send, guys. Pranav, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. I got it. Sorry. Vertex is as well correct. Nice. Okay, then I can move on. You know how to find out the axis of symmetry. I don't think I should work on it. Okay, let's see. So you have to understand what is zero product property. That is quite important for the intercept form. You have to understand what are the zero product property. Okay, now.
Did I get mine right?
Yes. Now, is there somebody who's keeping quiet? Srinita, did you send ma?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Let me see. F of x equal to 3 by 4 times x minus 3 by 4. How will the graph of this function be? How will the graph of this function be? What can you talk about? What can you say about this function? What can you say about this function? What can you say about this function? Can one of you tell me? Anything, any property. You can talk to me about any property of this function.
It's compressed by 3/4.
What is it? 3/4 is what?
3/4
Three.
is common.
It's compressed.
It is compressed, but it is compressed by a factor of 3 by 4. That I like it. But wait, this is not a sum of terms. There is no common. You cannot take anything as common.
Oh.
Please understand. Because this is a factor, this is a factor. All are factors. This is expressed as product of factors. You see, there is a multiplication here. So you cannot take anything as common. Whereas, if you have 2x square plus 3x, yes. This is sum of terms and you can take one as common. What you can take x as common, that gives you x times 2x plus 3. This is a factor, this is a factor. Now you have expressed as product of factors. Both are very different. These two are the different formats you need to understand. This is the product of factors. This is the sum of terms. This is in standard form. This is in intercept form. Now here they have been already expressed as product of factors. Yojit, I would like to hear something you said, but then you kept quiet. So what can you talk about this? Compressed is okay. Something else you can talk about it.
It has a multiplicity of 2.
Yep, it has a multiplicity of 2. What is the x-intercept? What is the x-intercept? 3 by 4. It's already in factored form. You see, 3 by 4 somewhere here because that's 1, right? 1, 2, 3. So, but you know what? It has a multiplicity of 2. So naturally what happens when you draw the graph, right? Add the 3 by 4. It has a multiplicity of 2. It has to turn around. It has to make a U-turn. If it is positive, it will stay in the positive side. Suppose if I give you this, how will the equation be? Let me put it in a different color so you all understand the difference. Minus 3 by 4 x. Guys, I made a mistake here. 1 minute. Okay, this one should minus 3 by 4 times, right? This one. I don't want you to confuse with x. Okay, 3 by 4 times, this indicates times. Suppose if I give x minus 3 by 4, what is the difference between these two graphs? What is the difference between these two graphs? Anybody can say, guys. Properties discussed, then only you'll get. There's a negative. So
It's a downward facing U.
see, the leading coefficient, meaning if you multiply this, right, this will become x squared. So that coefficient will be minus 3 by 4. Leading coefficient means ax squared plus bx plus c. What is the highest power of x? This is the highest power of x. The coefficient that's accompanying that is the leading coefficient. Okay, these terms and all, you need to be very remembering this when you go to algebra 2. This is leading coefficient. And the leading coefficient is negative. It's a downward facing parabola. So here automatically 3 by 4 is again the root, but it is a downward facing parabola. When it comes here, it wants to turn, make a U-turn because the multiplicity is 2. Any questions? See, why am I discussing all this with you? In school, when you draw the graphs or find out the x-intercepts, you can do sanity checks. Oh, it should come like this. Why is it? If you make a mistake, you'll be easily able to find out. So that is the intent of correlating. See, she said compressed by 3 by 4. That's a wonderful thing. Here as well, it's compressed by vertically compressed by 3 by 4. That is all good things. And then similarly on the x-axis, it has moved to the right. See, usually your parent graph would be like this. So now it has moved to the right by 3 by 4 because of x minus 3 by 4. Any property you should be able to understand as soon as you see equations, so many things should become clear. In that case, you won't make mistakes with quadratic functions. How about this? What can you talk to me about this one? Anybody, please. Talk to me something about it. You should be able to graph it immediately as soon as you see this for me.
X of
Sorry.
intercept is 2. I am at 20, 20.
What, ma?
It has one vertex.
Yeah. X
Yeah, it has one x-intercept.
It's an upward facing U.
upward facing you. Minus 20 is correct, but Anya, what did you say?
I said 20 by accident.
Yeah, but minus 20. And what is the other intercept? Does it have only one intercept?
Yeah.
Really? Can I write this as x minus 0? See?
Oh, yeah.
So what is the other? Please, you need to be careful here. So what is the other intercept?
0.
0. So 0 and minus 20. Those two are intercepts, right? Now, when I want to convert to standard form, what will I do? If I want to convert to standard form, just multiply, binomial multiplication. See, this is it. It does not have the C value, 0. So what is the vertex here? Vertex is minus B by 2a, minus 10. If I substitute minus 10 into the equation, it becomes 100 minus 200. So that is minus 100. So minus 10 comma minus 10 comma minus 100 is my vertex. See, I already drew the graph. It's an upward facing parabola. Sorry. So it should be like this. Any questions? Okay, let's discuss a few more. Okay. However, you should be able to play. Okay, how about this? Again, we have some word problems coming up in intercept form. So, height of a parabola after it has been kicked from the top of a hill, meaning I have a football kicked from top of the hill, kicked from top of a hill. Okay, the height of the football is given by this equation 2 times 2 minus 4t, 2t minus 5. Okay, having said that, right, before I go into this problem, I have a question. What are the x-intercepts? What are the... What, ma? How to draw the graph? Immediately, as soon as I see this equation, I want to draw the graph. How to draw? What are the x-intercepts? Yojit, we are not able to hear you, Yojit, at all.
2 and 5.
No. For finding the x-intercepts, what do you do? Think about for finding the y-intercept, the x-intercepts, you utilize your zero product property, right? What does it mean? Zero product property means one of the factors which you multiply has to be 0. Your y value has to turn out to be 0. For that, you can equate this to 0 or equate this to 0. So then what will be your t value? Guys, try guys.
2.5.
One is, see, you can equate this to 0. If you equate this to 0, 2 equal to 40, t will be equal to 1 by 2. Here, if you equate this to 0, t will be equal to 5 by 2, which is 2.5, or 5 by 2, I'll have it as a fraction. See, so your x-intercepts are half comma 0 and 5 by 2 comma 0. It's a little tricky. You have to be you have to equate the factors to 0. Only when one of this is a 0, the product can become a 0. And at x-intercept, your y value is 0. That's why we are using the zero product property to equate each of that to 0 and find the x-intercepts. Any questions? So the graph would be half and 2.5, right? So basically something like this. Did you all get it? It's sorry, Ojit. We're not able to hear you sometimes. Hello?
Would it not be negative 1/2?
Did I make a mistake? I don't think so, right? Well, Yojit, let's discuss that. 2 minus 4t will be equal to 0. 2 equal to 4t, right, Yojit? T will be equal to 2 by 4, right?
Um.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
No, you can see, you can shout out and ask, because sometimes meaning if I make a mistake, it'll come out. Yeah, no, as much as I see, yes, it is only positive half comma 0. Any other questions? Okay, now you all understood how to find the intercepts of this equation. Okay, but we were doing a word problem and suddenly in between I wanted to ask you this. I had a doubt whether you knew. So we did this. Now let's move on. Rishit, are you following Rishit?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, now see, come what may, whatever, however they give, you should be able to find out everything for me. So that's the intent. So football is being kicked from the top of a hill. The height of the football is given by this. Where, okay, height of the football in feet. Okay, so h of t is in feet, t is in seconds. Okay, now how long is the football? The top of a hill can be modeled. Okay, how long is the football in the air? How long is the football in the air? What is this? What is this asking? How long is the football in the air? Can I draw this one first of all? If I want to draw this one, there is a hill. Okay, I'm standing here. I'm kicking the ball. It goes and falls to the ground like this. So this parabola is given by 2 times 2 minus 4t times 2t minus 5. What does it mean falling to the ground? You know what? Immediately these questions, I will form x and y coordinate. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult for me. This is x coordinate, which is time. This is y coordinate, which is h of t. So basically, they're asking what was the length of the time it was in the air. So this is the time they're asking from here to here. How to find that? How to find that? Guys, think about it. At this point, what happens? What is this point? What is that point? At that time,
X, I mean, 0 on X.
correct. What is that? Correct. 0 is x.
0, X, the point 0x.
Good. But is it x0? That is called what? That point is called what? When it touches the ground, when it crosses what axis?
X-intercept, it's the X-intercept.
X-intercept. So y equal to 0 at this point. So y will be equal to 0. What is y? This is y, right? So what I can do to I have to find that point. That's what they're asking, because I need the x and y coordinate of that point. I know that the y coordinate of the point is 0 because it's the x-intercept. But I want to find out the x value. So from 0 to that x is the time the ball was in the air. So what should I do? I know at this point y equal to 0. So plug in that value into this. I can plug in 0 will be equal to 2 times 2 minus 4t times 2t minus 5. But how to find out t? As I said, right? You can use zero product property. The product will be 0 only when one of the factors is 0. So I can equate this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So t will be equal to half. T will be equal to 5 by 2. The problem here is, I feel something is wrong here. 1 second, guys. So t will be equal to 0, or t will be equal. Okay. In the question, there was a minus. I had left the minus. See, in the question, there was a minus. So if there is a minus, it will be t equal to minus half. So at t equal to minus half is on negative side. T will be equal to 5 by 2 is here. You get it? So in this scenario, when there is a negative t value, you can discard it. Discard it, saying time can never be negative. Time can never be negative. So the ball was in the air from 0.0 to 2.5. So for 2.5 seconds, the ball was in the air. Any questions? Any questions? Let's do 1 or 2 more problems. It'll be good for us. Let's see this one. How about this? You're going to do this, okay, for me. Now, let's see. Role model, okay. I'm shooting an arrow, okay? I'm shooting an arrow. Shooting an arrow means I'm going to shoot the arrow like this, right? So, okay, the arrow, okay, now the height of the arrow can be modeled. The arrow falls like this, okay? Because it's following a parabolic path, okay? It is a parabolic path it follows. Okay, the height of the arrow, basically the path of the arrow, okay? The path of the arrow can be modeled by 8t times 2t minus 6. H is the height in feet. H is the y value. So immediately try to get a xy axis. Then only you will understand the problem. T will be equal to time in seconds. This is height in feet. Now, how long is the arrow in the air? How long is the arrow in the air? Is the arrow in the air? Guys, this one is an easy question, right? How long is the arrow in the air? Basically, you want to find this coordinate so that you can have the x value as the number of seconds in the air. I want to solve one more type of problem after this.
I'm not able to get this one.
Okay, no problem. I'll help you. Yojit, that's right.
I'm a bit confused.
No problem. So think about this. No problem, Bhakti and Anya. I'll help you. It is quadratic problems are a little tough. Pranav, are you able to proceed? Prishit, are you able to proceed?
I'm trying.
Yeah, but think about it like this, okay? Bhakti and Anya, I'll give you some clues. It is following a parabolic path, ma. So it was shot from this point. Okay, wait. Give me a minute. Okay, so the starting point of the arrow was this. Okay, it fell to the ground here. Okay, we want to know how long was this was the time when the arrow was in the air. Okay, x represents the time, y represents the height of the arrow. Okay, they have given the equation for height of the arrow. When it fell to the ground, what value would be 0? Anya and Bhakti. When it fell to the ground, what value would be 0? Basically, that
Height.
height would be 0. So it is x or y. Height is x or y.
Y.
Exactly.
Y.
This is height. This is so. And the x-axis I plot my t values, and the y-axis I plot my height values. So height is 0 means y value is 0 at this point. So how to
Miss
find
Priya,
the, yeah, 1 minute, ma, I'm checking, please. How to find the x value when your y value is 0? Y value means in the equation, which is the y value? Bhakti or
H.
H, yeah. So make this as 0. If you make that as 0, how to find out the t value? What property you'll use? When the
Zero
product
product property.
Zero.
product property you can use. So Bhakti, which one should be equated to 0 now? You can,
The T.
which one? The t can be equated to 0, or what else can be equated to 0? Either this can be 0, t can be 0. Yes, that's one of the values.
H.
Or what?
It could be -3.
Oh.
This is also a factor, right? You can equate 2t minus 6 equal to 0.
0.
Equal to positive 3.
Oh, okay.
So now at this is t equal to 0 point. It was at some height from where the arrow was thrown. Then again at t equal to 3, the y value was 0. That means what? The arrow fell to the ground at 3, 0 point. So what is the distance between this and this 0 to 3 is 3 seconds it was in the air. Am I making sense? Navya, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Srinita, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. You know what? There was another type of problem that I wanted to solve. I said, football, how long? See, how long we solve, but I want to solve for the height now. 1 minute, guys. Okay. So now let me ask you this type of question. Easy questions will come in algebra 1, but you have to know to solve both. Okay, let's see. We were always asking for the time on the x-axis, right? This time I'm going to ask you something else. Okay. Now, me and you, okay, me and my friend are playing catch. Let me take it up and write. Me and my friend playing catch. Okay. My friend throws the ball first. My friend throws ball. Throws to me. Okay. The height of the ball. So this is my friend. She's throwing the ball to me. Now, the ball's height equation, right? The ball's height equation can be modeled by minus 16 t minus 5. 16t times t minus 5. Okay. Now, where t is in seconds, h of t is in feet. Any questions still here? If the ball travels horizontally, okay, at the rate of this, 1 minute, guys. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and brief this problem a little bit more. Me and my friend are playing catch. My friend throws the ball to me. So immediately, as soon as you draw this figure, you know what I would do? I would better represent it as xy. We want mathematics. We don't want to be talking about the story. We wanted to translate to mathematics. So my friend is catching the ball here. On the x-axis, I have the time values in seconds. On the y value, I have the height pictured in feet, right? So I will do that, and the equation of this parabolic path is given by this equation. Now, the question is, if the ball travels horizontally at a speed of 3.5 feet per second, the ball is traveling for 1 second, right? For every second, it's traveling 3.5 feet per second. The ball is traveling at a constant rate of 3.5 feet per second. How far am I standing from my friend when the ball hits the ground? The ball is hitting the ground. The ball is hitting the ground. It's given in the problem. The ball is hitting the ground when it comes to me. Now, how far am I standing from my friend when the ball hits the ground? Can you try? See, there is a little, it's a little bit tricky. What is tricky about this? So from this equation, what will you know? Oh, wow, Yojit, good job. Yeah, Anya, that is correct. See, when the time, you know, meaning, see, automatically the y value here is 0. You know to substitute 0 here and find out the t values can be 0 or t value equal to 5. T equal to 0, the ball was at the ground. At the ground means the ball was at initial position. The ball again hit the 0 as at t equal to 5. So 5 seconds it was in the air. But that is not asked. That is not the question. The question is, how many feet away am I standing? How many feet away I'm standing, in the sense, then I need to find out the distance between me and my friend. One extra thing that's given is the ball is traveling 3.5 feet per second. So it traveled for 5 seconds, right, guys? So distance by time equal to speed is something you have to know by now, right? Now the speed is given. It is traveling for every second, it's traveling 3.5 feet. So what happens for 5 seconds? 3.5 times 5, which is 17.5 feet it traveled and came to me. Any questions with this? Bhakti, did you understand how to apply this problem?
Wait, so like when you're like equaling it to zeros, can you like move stuff on the other side of the equation?
Okay. Okay, I'll show you. So you're asking if you equate it to 0, 0 will be equal to minus 16 times t minus 5. Correct, ma? You cannot say minus 16 is 0. So minus 16 can never be 0, right? So either t has to be 0. From here itself, you can say using 0 product property, either t can be 0 or t minus 5 can be 0. This is how I write it. You got it?
Okay.
So t can either be 0 or t can be 5. So at the initial position t was 0, the ball was at rest. When t equal to 5, again the height became 0. So for 5 seconds it traveled in the air. They have given the ball travels 3.5 feet for every second. So for the first second it traveled 3.5. Then for the next second 7. Then 10.5. Then another 3.5 was added. So it became 14. Then again, another 3.5 was added. 14 became 17.5 feet. It traveled in 5 seconds and it reached me. Make sense? Guys, is it all making sense? Okay. Do you think we can stop here, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, see, in intercept form, I'll be giving a chunk of homework. Please do and submit before the break. So if you're all traveling, safe travels to you. But please try to do the homework, submit it. That's the only way you can keep up with the class. Okay. So from next week, right after we
Okay.
come back from spring break, I will give you a chunk of EOC, in the sense end of course for Algebra 1. Okay. There are some yeah, each, okay, I will split it into 3 parts. Okay, each part will have 45, 45, 45 questions. Okay, so I really, it's 3 or 6 parts it is having. Okay, how many ever parts it is, each part for you to review from the start of the year till the end of the year, we'll have 45 questions in each topic, meaning I'll split it into 6 different subtopics or 3 different subtopics I need to see. Each part will have 45 questions for you to review. So please work on, meaning this is after you come back from the break, I will start assigning this. Even in the classroom, you can see during the break, I'll start assigning it. Please do and make sure you have everything in your brain ready from the start of Algebra 1 till date. Why are we doing this? Unnecessary, right? I have not been doing this earlier, but it is necessary. Why? Algebra 1 is the base and core for your PSAT. If you're targeting at a full score for PSAT, you need to be thorough anytime. Even if there are gaps, you should be able to reproduce the concepts in Algebra 1. So please take it seriously and do every problem in that 45, 45, 45 set. There's a total of around 150 or 200 questions. Once you go through that, you can be sure that you are thorough with the concepts of Algebra 1. You get it? So I will assign it, but please take it seriously. Just like that, don't leave it. Okay, when you're given something, exploit to the maximum. Okay, so that will help you to keep up on your toes with respect
So
to your.
do
Yes,
we
go
have
ahead.
to take those like tests over break or like?
I'm okay if you take it as a test. And if you don't know, you don't know. Meaning there's nothing wrong. Nobody's going to
And
judge
I
you. Just
also wanted
take
to
it.
say, like, is there a certain score you need to pass? Because I missed like the first half of the year.
Oh, you'll be fine, Manya. First half of the year, na, intercept form of lines and all. Do you know what are the 3 forms of lines?
Like, what do you mean?
Intercept form, slope intercept form,
Oh
point
yeah,
slope.
point slope, yeah.
You'll be just fine then.
But like,
Perpendicular.
is there a certain score you need to pass?
You should get 100% on it. If you don't get that 100%, you will have to bring the questions where you're making mistakes to be discussed in class.
Okay. And my second question was, what grade do you normally take PSAT in?
PSAT usually Frisco, Plano, meaning in Texas, they take it in 9th grade. When you go to your 9th grade, you will be given PSAT. Plano gives PSAT 8, 9, which is only algebra. Whereas Frisco gives PSAT 10, which is a little bit more than algebra. Algebra 1.
So like, do we still have 2 to 3 more years?
PSAT, see, actual PSAT for your semi-finalist, for becoming a semi-finalist, you take it in 11th grade. Okay, that is a little hard. Okay, that involves geometry, algebra too as well. A little bit of geometry as well. So definitely that is way far for you. For now, what you can take is PSAT 8, 9 or PSAT 10. Okay, the one that you take in 11th grade for your national semi-finalist, to become a national semi-finalist or whatever, meaning that award, right? Some president award, that you would be taking it only in 11th grade. Don't confuse that. That is called PSAT NMSQT. That PSAT that you're taking in 11th grade is called PSAT NMSQT. This is different. Okay.
Okay.
One that you will be taking this year or next year is a very simple version, 8, 9. Plano ASD kids take 8, 9. There only, I really want you to score 100 because it only concentrates on algebra 1. Whereas PSAT 10 is a little harder. It's okay to go less in this. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
But like, will this PSAT 8, 9 be counted into like a college, like a high school credits or anything?
No. It won't be taken as high school credit. That's just a
So
check
it's just like a checkpoint.
for you to see where you are in algebra 1.
Because I like missed the first half of the year at school too.
Don't worry, ma. Yeah, I know that. Now is the time for you to revamp, renew. You get it? Do the problems
Yeah.
that you're missing. Let me know. I'll help you with it.
Okay.
Any questions? Any other questions?
So like when I take the test, if I miss like a chunk of questions, like could you help me with it?
Let me know. I will show you directions as to how to read, what to read, and then patch it up and then redo those problems and make sure you know.
Okay.
Okay, that's the best way to revamp.
Okay.
Any other questions? But I'm glad you're asking. Any other questions? Okay, guys. And Rishit, I really want to let you know that your question paper was very useful for this week for the third graders.
Yeah, I saw my sister taking it.
Oh, okay. So you felt happy about it?
Yeah.
Yes, I was happy too. Thank you. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, guys. See you all the week after next. Enjoy your break. Safe travels. Please do the homework. Keep up with
Okay.
it. You're very good with Algebra 1 as well. Okay? Have
Thank
fun,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Miss Priya.
Bye, Miss Priya.
Bye.
Have a nice break, guys.